She doesn't look too happy.
Celeste is pining for Bert. It was the meanest orangutan I ever knew.
Well, keep your eye on her, let me know if she gets any worse.
School holidays getting you down, Mitch.
They've cleaned me out. Movies, popcorn, ice creams, new clothes. They're growing on purpose, you know. It's a malicious teenage plot to bankrupt me.
Anything going on? Anything to do?
Any jobs?
We're broke.
Well, so am I.
It comes out of our pockets, these jobs.
Your rates are too high, Susie.
Your dad's been talking to them.
Boy, you adults really stick together.
Ken Bennett's plane should have landed.
We know. We're going to meet him at the front gate.
I thought Celeste would be happy to see Bert gone. He was always bashing her. When he broke her arm...
Life can be very strange.
Maybe Mrs. Spencer will bring her something dead boring.
Yeah, we'll pick up something in a duty-free shop. Dirt cheap.
Mr. Bennett always gets great presents.
He's bringing me a Star Walker helmet and an alien neutralizer from Japan.
You've got no style, Tim. Presents should be a surprise. Is the plane late?
I don't understand it. It landed on time. The limousine was to pick up Mr. Spencer and that Mr. Bennett 2 hours ago.
Maybe they were hijacked.
Oh,
Not after they've landed, Tim.
I do hope there hasn't been an accident.
Limos don't have accidents. Sports cars, trucks and motorcycles have accidents, not limos.
Here they come.
Oh, Thomas. Oh, did you have a nice trip here?
Don't even speak of it, Mavis.
How was the flight? Oh, you must be tired.
I'm not.
But a jet lag, dear.
Enough, Mavis.
Wow! This is really neat.
This is wonderful. They say it's unbeatable by anything but a superior mind.
Tim, Customs got very thorough after Mr. Spencer lost his temper with him.
I can't believe he'd try and bring an ostrich handbag into Australia.
Well, that's why he's in such a filthy mood. It's no fun being questioned for 2 hours.
Did they give you a body search?
They felt sorry for me after Mr. Spencer raved on about how he knew people in high places. But I'm afraid they confiscated your Star Walker helmet and your alien neutralizer.
Why?
Because they're on the list of things considered injurious to small children.
I'm not a small child.
Sorry, mate. But I got you something much better. It's a real collector's item. A John F. Kennedy $50. Well, you heard of President Kennedy.
Yeah, he got shot.
Well, you certainly made a name for yourself. Everywhere we went, they talked about the success of your gorilla breeding program.
Any interest in our plan?
What plan? You haven't told us about any plan.
Primate world.
Primate world?
Can you imagine the area between here and the arboreal primates as a great, varied jungle?
As close as possible to a biologically natural habitat.
So they can feel free.
Act normally.
Breed normally?
I might have guessed. Bragging about your success.
Our success, Mr. Spencer.
You can forget Primate World. I won't be putting a penny of the bequest money into that project.
What? But you agreed.
It's a question of loyalty. You have no backbone, allowing those petty officials in customs to humiliate me, saying nothing in my defense.
You were bringing in an illegal item.
I was totally unaware of that. You should have spoken up.
I couldn't get a word in.
Well, now you shall suffer for that omission.
It's the primates who'll suffer.
Mitch, you better come and have a look at Celeste.
Okay. See you.
She's not playing.
I see what you mean.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's the best bit. Do you need a hanky? You're crying.
It's just a cold, that's all. It's none of your business.
You're crying. That's because you didn't get a present, isn't it? It's clean.
He could have taken me with him. I I love travelling. I've always stood by him. I don't think he even thought of me. One card, that's all I got. Buckingham Palace. And those snails in the letterbox had eaten the Queen's Standard off the top. And then he shouted at me. You heard him.
I know how you feel. I didn't get a real present either. All I got was this coin.
You should be very proud of this, Timothy. I think everyone in the world remembers where they were and what they were doing when they heard he'd been assassinated.
I wasn't born.
I used to think Thomas was like him. John Kennedy took his wife everywhere. She went to Europe with him. Jackie didn't have to make do with a postcard of Buckingham Palace.
Celeste, come on, girl. We love you. We all love you. Yeah, I know you're missing Bert.
What's going on?
That's Celeste under the sack, the female orangutan.
Who's Bert?
A male. He was here on loan for breeding purposes, but he was a rotten husband.
Bert wasn't good to you. Remember when I had to put that cast on your arm?
Bert broke her arm.
How awful.
It's worse than being shouted at. You know the weird part? She's upset that he's gone.
Come on, girlie, show me your pretty face.
She looks so sad. Will she have to stay alone?
She will now. Primate world would have been different. The orangs could have had a real family life in the jungle.
Well, when do we start building it?
It's off. Well, Mr. Spencer got really angry with Mr. Bennett, and that's how he's punishing him.
Oh, is he? Primate World can go ahead without the aid of the Spencer bequest.
I don't think you understand.
I suppose you think that my committees are simply a diversion for a bored housewife.
Oh, heavens, no.
Last year, we raised more than $100,000.
Isn't she terrific?
What's the estimated cost of Primate World?
$500,000.
How long will it take to build?
2 years.
I shall need a report on your tour of the overseas zoos, Mr. Bennett. I shall need veterinary information on the benefits to the primates from Dr. Mitchell. Have you done any market research on this?
I've prepared a questionnaire.
Good. We shall need all the ammunition we can get to attract big investors.
What are you planning, Mrs. Spencer?
My plan is to form Primate World Committee. My aim is to raise $1 million.
Why 1 million?
In my experience, estimates are always wrong. It pays to be realistic, Mr. Bennett. You know, you're looking very tired. Jet lag?
Must be.
Fancy Mavis Spencer. Wow.
Hey, I helped.
Who's on the committee?
Mrs. Spencer, and I'm ex officio.
What does that mean?
It means I'm important. Mrs. Spencer and I have discussed the committee at length. She's writing to the Governor-General tonight.
I suppose his lordship here won't remember his old friends. Now he's mixing with society.
You might be able to help.
Crumbs from the rich man's table.
We need some research done.
A survey?
Yeah. Mrs. Spencer's gonna help us, Missouri.
I'm on your side, dear.
You an industrial spy, or are you the new zoo director?
I'm a market researcher.
Sure you wouldn't like to be the new director? That would mean I could go home.
I've got a deal for you. Don't go to sleep.
It's the jet lag. I'm not asleep. It's just my eyes keep slamming shut.
Okay, this is the deal. I organise the interviews and the team. Nick will do the computer analysis. It's a base rate plus $2 a completed interview. It's competitive, I checked.
Naturally.
Just sign it, and you can have your desk back.
This is monstrous. Harvard not okay it.
Done.
The primate committee know about this?
They suggested it. We know the zoo best, and children's attitudes are important.
But tell me something. What was the bottom line?
A quarter of the original quote.
The twins are really growing up.
Bono and Suma. He looks a tough little chap.
He's already got some bad habits. If he gets worse, the keepers won't be able to go into the enclosure with him.
How old are they?
7.
And their mother died.
Hmm.
It's terrible to think of them growing up without parents. They could turn into delinquents.
We are all very pleased at this interest you are showing in our animals, Mrs. Spencer.
What's this?
Primate cake.
It's a bit like music, full of vitamins and things. They love it.
It looks like food for humans.
You are a primate too, Mrs. Spencer. Like try a bit? Please.
It's quite tasty.
Going out this morning.
Okay, let me know if there's anything unusual.
What's wrong?
It's Celeste, the adult female orang.
Why the towel?
When orangs get depressed, their skin dries out. The treatment's quite simple.
We soak the towel in baby oil and give it to the animal.
So you visit the zoo on average 3 times a year? That's my dad. He's the zoo vet.
Hey, look at that, kiddo. That nice man is talking to the gorilla.
They're orangutans.
Look, he's giving the monkey a towel to play with.
Towel. My towel!
Sorry about your towel, Susie.
It's okay, Dad. With the number of interviews Susie's getting, she'll be able to fly to Los Angeles to replace it.
Mitch, you there?
Yeah, come in, Andy.
Look, we can't get Celeste into the night cage. I reckon it's going to be too cold for just a heated pad tonight. Well, you're the only one she responds to, mate.
It worries me. What? This thing with Celeste.
Well, she'll only eat if Mitch feeds her.
She's becoming too attached to humanized.
Where's your jacket?
Celeste got it.
What's happened?
I think she made a pass at me.
The committee has decided to build a display model of primate oil so that people can see what apes really like. Oh, look.
She's wearing Mitch's jacket.
Afternoon.
Mavis, this has to stop.
What has to stop?
Go away. I know you've been going behind my back, siding with my enemies, openly defying me, making me a laughingstock.
I think you're overreacting.
Overreacting? I thought you loved me.
Thomas, I do. It's just that I don't like you very much at the moment.
A good wife would back her husband in his decisions.
Shouldn't a good husband support his wife in hers?
Who do you think you are, Margaret Thatcher?
Thomas, as a friend of the zoo and chairperson of Primate World Committee, I see my responsibilities quite clearly. I intend to fight for a better zoo and a better future. If you're not with me, Thomas, then you are against me.
So, it's war, Mavis.
It's whatever you care to make it, my dear.
The only surplus male is in Toronto.
Terrific.
I've consulted 2 animal behaviourists and a psychiatrist who deals in the battered wife syndrome. And they suggested I should withdraw from her. I don't know how long I can keep that up. She's losing condition fast.
I can't get Celeste in. They reckon there's going to be a frost again tonight.
Okay, well, let's forget the shrinks. Looks like I better run the risk of another amorous embrace.
No, I'll go.
Julie, she could kill you.
Has it occurred to you that she might need another woman to talk to?
Oh, come on.
Look, first she was beaten up by Bert. Well, then he was sent away. Then you convinced her you cared about her. And when she gives you a gesture of affection, you spurn her.
Pretty heavy-handed gesture.
Yeah, well, if I was Celeste, I'd have absolutely no faith in the male of the species. I'd turn to a woman for help.
You better go with her, Andrew.
and it's your fault.
What did I do? Well, Celeste has seen you and Julie together
And she's jealous.
It's okay. She followed you in. That's my good girl. That's my good baby. Bennett.
You want a word with me?
Yes.
But you're wondering why I'm standing on my head.
I wouldn't lower myself.
It's relaxing. It puts everything into perspective. You've got odd socks on.
It is my wife's fault. She's become obsessed with this monkey business. What's all this nonsense about a function?
No, don't ask me. Ask the chairperson of the Primate World Committee.
Mavis, if you want a word with me, you'll have to be swift. I've a lot to do before the function this afternoon.
I notice I'm not on the guest list.
The businessmen and dignitaries have been asked to bring their wives. As my husband, you'll be coming with me. It's the same thing, really.
I don't know what's come over you, Mavis. Do you know I'm wearing odd socks? You used to be so sweet. Perfect wife, the power behind the throne. Our home was a calm haven. But now I have to search for you at computer terminals or hobnobbing with the staff. You've changed, Mavis. It is as if you were a stranger. You haven't been the same since the day I got home. Yes, that was the day. The day I got home.
Make sure you're ready for the function, dear. And do try to wear matching socks. I'm sure you all agree with me that Primate World will make Royal Melbourne Zoo one of this country's finest attractions. But in these sorry days, nothing is achieved without money, so I hope you've all brought your checkbooks with you. Now, our zoo director, Mr. Kenneth Bennett, and my colleague and helper, Mr. Timothy Watson, will acquaint you with the details of this great and noble project.
G'day.
Thank you, Tim. Well, as you can see by this model, Primate World is unashamedly ambitious. We have planned a concept for the care and housing...
Are you wearing matching socks?
I went out and bought some.
Oh, yes.
I bought something else, too. It's a peace offering, Mavis. I've behaved like an absolute cad. I was too ashamed to tell you about the present that was confiscated by customs. They were bought with love, Bobbert.
Oh, darling.
I have something very special for the first person to write a check for Primate World. It's a John F. Kennedy $50. A real collector's item.
Dad, just making things worse.
The only way you can help her is to turn into an orangutan.
No, thanks.
Celeste needs love.
But she needs ape love.
Oh, you mean a vet's compassion doesn't help?
What about Bono and Suma?
You reckon they'd make good vets?
Have you heard the word surrogate?
Bono and Suma have no mother, no one to learn from. Celeste needs to show her love, so put them together.
Well, I've thought of it, but it's so dangerous. I mean, Celeste could kill the twins, or they could both attack her because she's weak.
How long will Celeste live if she doesn't start eating?
And what about the twins? They're growing up, getting strong. They'll have to be separated or introduced to other orangs sometime.
Well, it makes sense, but there could be such a battle that no one survives. We could be left without a single orangutan.
Dad, someone has to take a chance.
What do you think, girl?
Hope this works. It's got to.
Celeste. Come on, girl, let me take you away from all this. Come on.
Coming in, Harry.
Okay. So far, so good. They're sizing up the situation. You two okay here?
Fine.
If they attack each other, we'll try and distract them.
Here come the twins. Bono.
And here comes Celeste.
Suma. He's gonna spot her in a minute.
On your way home?
Nobody's going home tonight. Do you want me for anything?
Yes, how much did my wife's efforts raise today?
Come on, dear.
Very impressive.
Well,
The Spencer bequest will match this and provide the balance on one condition.
I think I can read your mind.
The project must be called the Spencer Primate World.
Does it? I'm definitely clairvoyant. Thank you, Mr. Spencer. What's happened?
Get up and see. Susie. Susie. Come on, get up.
Ed.
Look at that. Morning. What do you think of that happy family?
it's wonderful.
Still think you're the other woman?